Hi, I'm Bethany Wallace, Content Manager for College Recruiter. At College Recruiter, we believe every student and recent grad deserves a great career. We create a quality candidate and recruiter experience. Our interactive media solutions connect students and grads to great careers. Today's tip is about following up after the interview process, and I'm going to give you 5 tips for following up. The first tip is be sure that during your interview, you ask about the hiring timeline. So you don't want to leave your interview with no information about how long it might be before you hear back. If you know a little bit about the hiring timeline, then you have a little bit of an idea about when you're going to hear back from the employer. If they don't give you information, or if they say, well, we're really not sure, then you have to just take that for what it is. But most employers will give you a little bit of an idea, like they'll say, you should expect to hear from us in 2 weeks, or we hope to fill this position within a month. The second tip that I have for you is to follow up with the right person after your interview. So you have to be a little intuitive about this. If you don't have contact information for the person who interviewed you, then you have to just follow up with someone in the Human Resources Department. But if you left your interview with the email address or phone number of the recruiter or hiring manager who interviewed you, then obviously follow up with that recruiter or hiring manager. It's going to be a little more personal to follow up with someone who you spent 30 minutes to an hour and a half interviewing with, than to follow up with someone who processed your paperwork but might not be able to put your face with your name. The third tip I have for you is to send thank you cards to every person present immediately following your interview. Okay, there are a few tips actually embedded in this tip. So first is you need to send actual thank you cards. A thank you card is not the same as a thank you email. This is a thank you card. This is personalized stationery that I had made on, I don't even know where, some online stationery company. It wasn't very expensive at all, maybe $30 or $40 for 500 or 600 cards. It just has my name at the top and my email address at the bottom. You can do this for really cheaply. If you can't afford to do that right now, then just go to your superstore and get a box of thank you cards that are very generic, not with flowers all over them or cartoons or anything. And fill out an actual thank you card and send it through the snail mail post office with a stamp on it to the person who interviewed you. The reason for this, it's not just because I'm old-fashioned, it's because people, first of all, they just like getting mail because they don't get it very often anymore except for bills. So it's novel, it makes you unique, and it makes you stand out from other candidates. That's the main reason. And secondly, because it's something they can hold on to. If you ever go to people's offices, not just in an interview room, but in their actual office, you might see if they have a bulletin board that they actually keep thank you cards. People like them. And so they'll remember you if you send them mail that's nice mail, not a bill. So send an actual card, not an email. That's the first thing. You can get a company address on the internet and just put that person's name at the top and it will get to them. Second thing is make sure that it goes to every person present. That's the next part of that tip. So don't send a blanketed thank you card with 5 people's names on it that you interviewed with. Just break down and write out 5 individual thank you cards to all the 5 people who were in that team interview with you. Okay, next is make your cards personalized if possible. So if you can remember some specific question they asked you or a compliment they gave you during the interview or something like that, then note that. Taking notes during your interview helps you to personalize your cards. But if you don't remember something personalized, then just make your cards short and sweet and kind. The last tip that I have for you, the 5th tip, is to keep in touch with the people who interviewed you, even if you don't receive a job offer. This is important because you just never know what's going to happen in the future. And for future networking purposes, it will benefit you to keep in touch. You can add those employers or interviewers online on LinkedIn or on Twitter and follow them, and just keep in touch through social media. And You never know. Maybe they'll see a job opening that maybe you weren't the right fit for the one you interviewed for, but maybe you'll be the right fit for another one in 3 months, and they might send you leads. So those are the tips for following up. I hope that those helped you. For more interview tips, follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and on YouTube, and follow our blog on collegerecruiter.com.